Okay, so for the second video, if y'all would provide some insight on how you solicit and utilize feedback from teachers to inform your curriculum development and revision process.
Okay. So in ELA, we are, and across Allen, our premise behind the curriculum writing process is that we develop curriculum for teachers by teachers. And so it's critical that we find ways to encourage feedback not only throughout the year, but also provide ways to make sure that who we are creating this curriculum for is who is writing this curriculum. And so that looks very different, I think, with every subject, but also there's some similarities. We all have a way, I know that we work hard to find ways to elicit and solicit that feedback throughout the school year.
Usually we have a Google feedback form, and we send out a reminder for completion of most of our units for them to give that feedback, so it's timely and it's relevant before they move on to the next unit, and then when we write in the spring, they've forgotten what they wanted to discuss.
And the same thing during cadre and curriculum writing. That's a time to come together as a team across the schools, across the district, and try to think of third grade across 18 elementary schools and write curriculum for all teachers and students within those grade levels.
And we emphasize that it's a living, breathing document. It's never flat and it's never dead, so it's constantly being discussed and reevaluated as we move through the instruction.
And in social studies, I send out a reminder to the cadre members before our meetings. Cumulatively, from my elementary group, I have at least one representative from every campus. So they reach out and send out an email across their campus asking if anybody has any questions or concerns or anything that needs to be addressed at cadre, and they bring that information with them when they come to the meetings. And then for middle school, there's a representative from all three middle schools that are on the cadre, so if we're going to make a change or have a discussion, there's somebody from that campus that's able to provide an input, and everybody has a voice in that. You know, Lowry and the high school, it's a little bit of a unique situation because it's just one campus, but we still, like Jason said, have multiple voices from that team that are able to collaborate together to make those instructional decisions.
We rely on the coaches, instructional coaches, and the instructional specialists to be able to have these conversations.
One of the things that we enabled this year with our documents is the teachers can leave comments on the curriculum. So that gives them direct access to leave a note about, oh, hey, when cadre meets, we really need you guys to talk about this, whether that's we didn't like the way this was bundled, or this process skill didn't work great here, we need to move it somewhere else, or, oh, there was just an issue with this clarifier, which is also something that we do in our curriculum. There's also a form on our curriculum website where teachers can submit feedback as well. I think the majority of the feedback we get is directly from teachers or through instructional specialists and coaches.
Math is, secondary math is very similar to what's been said from the other content areas. We've tried to organize a lot of the resources teachers are going to in one Google site we call the Math Hub, and there's a spot there for teachers to submit feedback, whether that be by the district assessment or the curriculum, and so we promise teachers that when we get together as cadre, we will read every single one of those comments. I usually try to go through, even when they submit them, and send a little thank you note for taking the time to submit and provide feedback. And we do go through every single one of the comments. Like I'll tell the teachers, we won't necessarily make every change. It'll depend. We'll have conversation around every comment, and then we'll decide as a team with representatives from every campus whether or not to make the suggested change.
In elementary math is the exact same way. We use a very similar form, and it's housed in the same